in boxing.
What's going on, boxing fans, man? Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. Of course, it's your boy, Chef Jeff, baby, and
Big Spade, the chef Spade. Nah, I'm playing, but
yeah,
nah,
yeah, Chef
Big Spade.
Spade.
I need
Hell
to
yeah.
add the
Because,
chef on there.
we back here. Our Friday didn't go like we wanted, so we're back today, guys, to give you guys a lot better show, give you guys a little bit more of, what we should have gave
Enthusiasm,
you, man.
uh,
Yeah, yeah.
spunk. We was
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah, a little bit more jazz to it
yeah,
this
we
week, man. You
tired.
know
You
what I'm
can tell
saying?
the difference though, right now.
Boy, Friday. Now I ain't gonna lie, I was tired as a motherfucker Friday, bro. Like I literally, I got up at 5 a.m. for work. The day before that, I had to be up by 5 a.m.
Yo,
Uh, I didn't go to bed till like 2 o'clock because I had a babysitter coming over, and I was like, man, I need to clean up a little bit. Uh,
yeah,
and I ended up cleaning my house till like 2 in the morning, and I had to be back up at 5 a.m. on Friday morning. So I was like, man, I was in work tired as fuck. I was like, I'm gonna go home, take a nap. I get home, my old lady's off work. We had to go do this thing for my oldest daughter's school. I'm
yeah.
like, fuck, bro. So we go do that. I come back, try to lay down, take a nap. It didn't happen. I was like, man, I'm about to be fucking dead for this show,
Yeah.
bro. Like, and I could feel it. Like I went back and watched the show Saturday morning, and I was like, damn, I can't
You ain't,
put that
you
up.
ain't put. Did you put it up? You ain't put it
I
up.
did a couple of the little shorts that were produced from it, and
Yeah,
then I just got to watch. I rewatched the whole show, and I was just like, bro, that was just like,
yeah. That
like
was
I didn't put
that was
shit
us.
into
I
it.
know. I was tired. Then, boy, listen. I was so tired. Man, that's why I'm about to go to because I think I went to sleep kind of late a couple of nights, and then my baby girl sometimes she wake up in the middle of the night, juice, crying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she wants some juice, like so. I I was tired, bro. I'm going to sleep early today. That's why I asked you, like, you ready? Cause man,
Hell yeah,
I'm
hell yeah.
trying to be 8:30. I ain't go.
Yeah, I feel you too, man. Because I
Already
got up for
dinner. I'm
5 a.m.
cool.
this morning, and I was thinking like, man, I want to get this show. I was hoping you kind of wanted to do it early. Because I was
Yeah,
like, I
bro.
hope you kind of want, because I want to get it done, put up, get it on on the YouTube for
Yeah.
the fans and shit. And of course, guys, we are a little bit behind, but we're gonna catch you guys up on everything, man. Kind of refresh you and give you our opinion on everything that's going on right now, man. Of course, the big news, man. Our boy,
Dun, dun,
not
dun, dun,
really our
dun,
boy,
dun.
but old
Yeah,
old dirty bird, Ryan Garcia. That's what we're gonna call him, the old dirty bird.
the dirty
Uh,
bird. Uh,
he out here dirty birding motherfuckers and shit. But yeah, he man, I think we're gonna bring it up here, man. That's an example of a banner. What the hell? Shit. Oh, I'm off right now, guys. There we go, man. Ryan Garcia's B sample comes back, negative for Osteron. We knew it was going to. It's the same sample as the A. It's just a sample that's split into two parts. That's all it is. And they always have it as a backup just in case something goes wrong and something comes up in the first test. And the fighter says, well, you all fucked my shit up. So I want you to retest. So they always split that initial urine test right in half, blood test, urine, whatever they do. They split it in half. They put the B back for this exact situation. And I
uh,
come back with the Osteron in the system. Some people are saying, like, I don't really get how people are trying to justify it. Like, just like because they hate, they're not a fan of Bill Haney. They're not a fan of Devin Haney. So they're trying to, oh, well, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I didn't like them dudes anyway. You can't justify it as a fan of boxing. You can't be so idiotic that you justify this shit in any shape or form.
yeah,
And
nah,
it's got me boggled, man. What's your thoughts on it?
I just feel like shit. He in the same boat as Canelo now, and the other cat, what's his name? Oscar Valdez. Like
Ask you about that. Yep.
I don't fuck with cheaters, bro. I don't. No Mexican fighters got to do better, man. This seems
Yeah.
like they be the ones on the steroids. Like you
Well,
feel?
I mean, you can get that shit easy as hell down in that area. Now, Brian's out in California. He's more American, but
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
But yeah, he yeah. If you want to call him a Mexican, I don't know what the fuck
no,
he
I don't. They probably don't claim it. I ain't gonna lie, but uh, but to me, man, it just boggles me how people are trying to defend him. I got people saying, well, it's only a billionth of a percentage, which none of that has actually been reported in the drug, in the report. It's adverse findings, which means it's enough to show. And even if it is in small, like small billions of a tenth,
Yeah.
that shows signs of microdosing. That
Yeah.
means it was in your system, and then you were winging yourself off that, and then it came out of your fat cells. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's just signs that you were doing it at one point.
You could
But
tell how blowed up he was.
oh man,
Like
he was
to go back on everything, and then we look at it. He was throwing us uh 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 uh, uh throwing us for a loop, bro. He was basically throwing us for a loop the whole time, like doing this, doing that to throw us off. Like, and then it was just like, all right, how the fuck you come in that big though, bro? You were just little, and you ain't no big dude. Now I can see if you been drinking and partying and eating a lot, but you ain't no big guy for real, bro. So what the fuck? And you came in even when you didn't rehydrate with Tank. You still been a little dude. Like it ain't like you been a big dude. Like, oh yeah, he smacked. Ain't nobody never said Ryan Garcia getting too big for 135. When have we ever heard that? We ain't ever heard. You know what I'm saying? And then to the point where bro, like I see, and I gotta go pay attention to his last fight. Like, damn, was he big? Did he come in overweight on that fight too though? And that
I
probably
think
went
him and
he probably
I
had it in this system then, but he just ain't get tested.
yeah, well, when he fought Oscar Duarte, he kind of looked like a guy who moved the 140. He didn't look like the Ryan we saw against
Right.
Denver.
Like how he just
Like,
looked.
yeah, like so
Right.
his transformation to me, number one, like you said,
It's too
he
fast.
masked he masked that whole situation by acting, as sporadic, crazy, draw the attention off. Like, what's number one? If you don't want people to think you're on a performing enhancing drugs, acting normal might help
Yeah,
you.
I'm
Acting
about to say,
crazy,
but don't act like it. I was just
yeah, don't act like you're on that
excuse my
shit, bro.
language. We raw and uncut. Like, bitch, don't act like it, cause you acting like you doing something. Like the cut,
Mhm.
you know how when you be like, when you figure out like when a motherfucker probably put down a scheme on you, like, damn, that's what they was doing. When it finally hit you, like, damn,
Yeah.
that's why they took me to.
Well,
That's
and
why.
and you see all the signs,
Yeah,
but you didn't see
yeah,
them then. But when you go back and you're in
yeah,
your head, you're like,
play
"Motherfuck, how did I
it.
not?
Yeah.
I saw that. How did I not fucking like realize it then? Like you tricked me, motherfucker. You
but
tricked me."
but but we love the sport so much that I feel like we don't want to think that who wanna who and he done fucked it up. Damn near fucked motherfuckers mindset up. Cause who wanna think like a motherfucker get a win now? A motherfucker thinking now like damn was he on steroids too? Like you feel me? Like you done fucked it
Yeah,
up for real. You done put boxing back a couple of steps now with the
yeah. I mean,
bullshit, bro.
yeah,
Like for real,
and
like literally just hurt boxing for real, bro. You really just
yeah,
hurt the sport with that bullshit, bro. Now
yep.
everybody can say this and that, or Devin Haney lost and all that, but bro, deep down inside, he really hurt the sport of boxing, bro. Now I feel
Yeah.
like everybody should get drug tested, and that test should be out before the fight, cause you just
Fuck
hurt
yeah,
the sport of boxing doing that shit, bro. Like
yeah,
and now sometimes it's probably gonna be in the back of a motherfucker man. That's just like Carissa Shields. She said some shit like. Oh, hey, you were because her and Tank got into it, and she's like, "Hey, you knocking motherfuckers out? Hey, you ever took steroid? Like, come on, man. You know this man ain't took this boy been hitting hard like that since he was 8 years old. Like, come
yeah,
on, man. Don't try to
yep.
put that on him because another motherfucker and don't do that. Now, if y'all gonna have y'all little shit, then do that, but don't get the putting that narrative out there like that. That's bullshit. That's like putting a narrative out there calling somebody a rat or a gay or something. Don't that's that in the sport of boxing, that's a bad narrative to put on
Yeah,
somebody. Like, you know what I'm
yep.
saying? Like that ain't no good shit to have over your head. Like, I feel like he just fucked it up for real. Like, and then like, bruh, like I was telling my little bro, like, bruh, he was dirty. But he was saying like, I'm like, damn, why they he is like, cause they gotta wait for it. I'm like, wait for the drug test. I'm like, yeah, that was stupid as fuck. Because what if he would have killed that man? What if he would have killed him? Then we would have had somebody dead or fucked his career up or something.
Yeah,
Anything hospitalized, put him in a coma. Now, what he going to jail? Because that's a manslaughter, bitch. Because you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, that shit is
And
deep.
and I said that too, man, that it's premeditated. And when somebody does something intentional like that and you premeditate it like murder, I mean, you get there's a big, like, when you go, if you do premeditated murder, you're gonna get the max fucking time.
Yeah.
And I look at this, what Ryan Garcia did, as a premeditated situation. He knew what he was doing. His intentions were bad going into that. He didn't
Yeah.
give a fuck what was going to happen to Devin Haney. He only cared about what was going to happen to his career, because I think overall he knew. And the funny thing, somebody brought this up, not to get off topic, but we saw, I believe it had a lot to do with Oscar and Bernard Hopkins, because they weren't even backing Ryan in his last fight against Oscar Duarte, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were nowhere to be seen after he lost to Tank. Nobody. They left him on that podium by himself,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Not even his coach. I was like, what the fuck? But and then they beefed. They were in court with each other, all that shit, right? And then the Oscar Duarte fight, they were kind of backing Duarte, over Ryan. And then this fight comes along, and they're all buddy buddy with
Yeah.
Ryan. The
Yeah.
whole fucking time. They're there for every photo shoot, every announcement, every public display of dipshitness that he showed everybody. They were
Yeah.
right behind him, like, almost, I
Where Oscar bitch ass at now? I ain't heard from him
well,
or the
I
dog.
heard he owes Devin for the pay-per-view and ticket sales, and he ain't paid him. Now,
What?
yeah. Canelo already said he had to get his lawyers involved when he fought Golovkin, because Oscar didn't pay Golovkin, and Golovkin was blowing him up. So Canelo got his own lawyers involved to help Golovkin get his money from Oscar. Like, yeah, Oscar's dirty, bro. Oscar's fucking dirty. He's the Don King. He's the new Don King, of boxing, in my opinion.
I wouldn't
But
even sign with him though.
people are, though. He got in the last year, he's gotten some pretty good, Jose Ramirez signed with him. He's got Virgil Ortiz. He's got some nice names in
No,
his,
he do.
under him.
I
You
wouldn't sign
know,
with his bitch ass.
it's no, because, you got a lot you got to deal with or worry about, who he is as a person. But man, in my opinion, I would love to see the New York athletic, New York State Athletic Commission bring the hammer down on Ryan. We saw Kell Brooks get a 2-year suspension for this. We saw uh, Badu Jack get a year suspension, his title taken, and his win overturned to a loss. Not a no
Mm.
contest. They gave that motherfucker a L for that.
Mm.
Like, yeah. So to me, also, here's the thing, man. The testing with boxing got to get better. Got to get
Yeah.
better, man. This is some fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have a guy enter in the ring and we don't know what his drug test results are. That makes
Right.
no sense, bro. Like, what's the fucking point of drug testing somebody if the results come back afterwards, because the damage has
Right.
already been done?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the most
So
stupidest shit ever in life.
no sense. Like, but it doesn't make sense because it's not that way all the way across the board. We knew about Oscar Valdez a week before he fought that he had failed his drug
Yeah,
test.
and Canelo too.
Yeah, before they fought. So how do we have,
Man,
fights
that's
where we
some
know
shit
weeks
going on.
ahead, and then we don't know? To me, to say the WBC, the New York State Athletic Commission, didn't know this, bullshit. I think they all knew the results. They weren't gonna call that fight off. Too much money involved. People were getting money in their pocket to shut up. If I'm Devin, man, I take that shit to the next level, bro. I already said
Yeah,
he,
I ain't gonna
you
lie.
know, sue the WBC, sue the New York State Athletic Commission, sue Ryan Garcia for breach of contract, coming in dirty. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like, he didn't
suing
hold up to
everybody.
his word.
I'm
I'm
suing
suing
everybody.
everybody in that bit.
Oscar, bitch, you going down.
Yeah.
I need my pay. Y'all got to triple this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's like I said, I said a lot on it, and I've seen a lot of people talking through the week.
Yeah.
I'm just more baffled by the fact that people are just trying to still make excuses for Ryan Garcia. Well, he submitted his hair and his nails, and they're all positive. They're all clean. And if that was the case, you don't fail 4 tests.
Yeah.
4 samples were given, and he failed all 4 samples.
Man, this bitch ass know what he did, man.
Exactly.
And then I was thrown off. I think I said this a couple shows ago. Like, I really want, like when you training, bro, you in camp with your coach, man. You ain't got time to be here and doing this, and then
Dude,
you in camp. When you in
he was
camp,
everywhere.
bro, he was every fucking word.
Yeah.
Like, come on, ain't no telling. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. If I'm in camp, that's like you don't see Tank outside of camp unless he doing a press conference. You don't see Shakur outside of camp unless he doing a press conference. You don't see Terrence Crawford outside of camp unless he doing a press conference, bro. Like, dude was doing all type of different shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, and then you just fuck, bro. You just fuck dude whole shit up, bro. You fuck Derrick
Yeah.
James, but like, I would not even deal with you no more, bro. I'd be cool because
We said
you
it, man.
did this. You did this off for my watch for sure.
Yeah.
And then, like, come on, man. I'm a true coach. Like, I'm damn near a legend status. I'm not about to have no shit like this on my
Yeah.
record, bro. Like that, nah, bro. I wonder how Derrick James feel about that shit too. He really ain't no talking person. He don't really like interviews like that. You damn near got a bag, But I wonder how he feel about that shit. What he got to say, man?
Well, I'm sure he feels salty because he backed Ryan after that fight.
Yeah,
And
I
he
know
talked
he
about
saw.
how
I know he
everybody
saw.
attacked Ryan. So I think, for him sticking up for Ryan the way he did, and then for Ryan to pull something like this. But I don't know, man. As a coach, shouldn't you know the signs? I mean, shouldn't you realize as a boxing coach, shouldn't you see that? Shouldn't
No,
you see, hey man, this dude acting way different?
nah, he probably seen that. But he probably wasn't thinking like. You know what I'm saying? Because Derrick James ain't that type. I don't think he that type of person and be like, oh yeah, he probably was thinking like he going through shit. Like, you feel me? He probably wasn't thinking like, oh man, like, you know what I'm
But his
saying?
eyes getting bigger like he was. You don't think he wasn't in there like feeling the strength of his punches,
I don't
thinking,
know.
hold
I
on,
can't
man,
say
my boy getting
what they workout ethic was with them with what they was doing because I went inside their camp. But I also could say this though, that he was away a lot from Derrick James, so
he was, he
it could
absolutely
it
was.
could have been throwing Derrick James off like, bro, you got to get focused, bro. You drinking beer or you partying? And he throwing, and not only was he throwing us off, he was throwing his own coach off at the end of the day. If you think about it, because he was buffooing him, got him thinking like he unfocused or he got some shit going on. And then, okay, yeah, when he win, motherfuckers like, oh no, that was the whole no, that was the drugs, motherfucker.
Yep, absolutely. You back. But yeah, man, that's for me, like the way I don't know, like I think I like to see something. I'd like to see not a 6 month suspension, not a year suspension. You gotta set an example, and he's the type of star that you could set an example with. Now I'm hearing a lifetime ban. I don't know how true that is, but I heard that they are going to come down on him hard, like that they will make an example out of him.
Lifetime ban, no more boxing for him. I don't even
That's
think
what
he
I'm
want to
hearing,
box
bro.
no more, bro. I'm
I
gonna be
don't think he cared. I mean, but I think he would at it. Like, look, man, he's the type of person, man. Like, I don't know. When you hear him speak and all that type of shit, I don't know. He's not. I don't know, man. To me, I'm not a big fan of just who he is as a person, his actions and stuff like that. So outside of boxing, I'm sure he could go model, do what all that bullshit that he does outside of boxing. I'm sure he could make a name for
back.
himself somehow.
He's trying to
But
be a rapper.
yeah, he is fucking horrible, bro. He cannot
I
like
like
nah.
that song, man.
Nah.
I'm
Which
blessed.
one was it?
Highly favorite. I fuck with that.
Yeah, but that's all I heard him say. Blessed, highly favored. Like, man, come
I'm
on.
blessed. My favorite. I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Yeah,
I ain't
I was
gonna
putting
play
out
it or
there.
nothing, but I fuck with it.
Yeah.
It ain't on my playlist. It won't make the playlist, but
Yeah, yeah.
oh, you never know. It might, depending on how I feel. But he ain't gonna go far with that shit. I don't feel, but I'm just saying that's what he on. But no,
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I want to move on from that topic, man. I've heard enough of it all week, and I'm ready to just say, hey, do what you need to do with Ryan Garcia. Hopefully, the punishment fits the crime. Hopefully, Devin Haney takes the steps to, you know, to prove a point that, hey, man, you got to set the example. Boxers need to realize that, these committees don't give a fuck about you
mm-mm.
at all. They're all there for your money, your promotional team, your management team. These guys don't really give a fuck about you, man. So these guys really got to get together, in my opinion, and unionize as fighters to where they get shit like this that doesn't happen, man. Everybody
Yeah,
needs to be aware of the situation. And if Devin Haney wasn't told, like he wasn't told and given the opportunity to protect himself against that type of situation.
all right.
So that's a fail on boxing. To get a drug test back after a fight is a fail on boxing.
That's crazy.
You got
But
to know a week ahead. That way that the fight's got plenty of time to be canceled.
mhm,
Maybe move your co-main event up, bring some other people in,
bring
you know,
somebody else in here.
yeah, fill that card. But it has to be a lot better. Boxing has to be better with it, man. But of course, we did see me and you watched it live. The heavyweight undisputed fight, Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, and man, that fight is not getting enough credit in my opinion, as far as it's getting the credit because all the big time people are saying, "Hey, this was a hell of a fight." All the
Yeah,
top
that
content
was a
voters,
great ass
they're
fight.
all they're like, "Hey, man, this was an amazing fight." And a lot of them are giving Fury his credit, they're giving Usyk his credit, but then you go on to social media and it's all about how Tyson Fury's a bum and he got washed by Usyk and Usyk,
That's
gave
social
him a pass
media, man.
and I'm like, man, that's just like it's sad to see that type of shit. Like it's sad to see people
They,
sticking up for Ryan Garcia when you know he's in the wrong, and it's sad to see people not acknowledge a good fight just because you dislike the guy.
you know one thing about social media. What's wrong? They like going with what's wrong, bro.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
like going with the opposite, bro. Like, but it's social media. Like, that shit, motherfucker gonna have their opinion about everything, man. You gonna have trolls. You gonna have all that shit going on. You gotta not pay that shit no mind. Like I was telling you when dude left them comments on there, man, you can't even reply back to them type people. You gotta act
nah,
like you don't even see them.
yep,
Especially, you
yep,
know what I'm saying? Because social media, motherfucker, and then everybody will get on that train. Like, yeah, fuck it,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
ride this
yeah,
way, let's ride this way with the surfboard. Let's
yeah,
go until we
yeah,
crash and fall off,
yeah.
and then
People
we're
just
gonna
said it
swim
and they
back to
got shit to
shore and
do.
do it again. You
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
me? So.
I never understood that myself, man. Like, I've always tried to like comment on shit, thinking about, like I don't really throw shade at a lot of boxers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they get in that ring, they put their life at risk,
Yeah.
and regardless what my personal thoughts are, I've never really hated an athlete like that. Though I don't understand that aspect of it. Like, like the LeBron James effect. Like,
Oh, that shit crazy.
I don't get that. Like, I
That
don't
shit
get
right
it, bro.
there.
Like it doesn't make sense to me just to hate that some
What
people
the
have for an athlete.
fuck?
Yeah.
That shit. We talking boxing. We ain't even gonna get into that, but
Yeah.
god
But
damn.
that effect, that LeBron effect that you just hate somebody like I said, they hate Devin so
Man, that
much.
should be crazy.
They didn't
I
give
ain't
a
never
fuck,
hate
man.
a. I ain't never hate a motherfucker. Like I might dislike. I don't fuck with them. Like fuck that team. But I ain't hating them. Like oh,
Yeah.
they ain't never been like it's a different. I can't really describe it for a team. Like, but for even a player, I can't just be like, oh yeah, fuck him. He ain't like shit. Like I ain't fuck with Kobe, but Kobe was a bad motherfucker.
Exactly.
You
I
feel me?
acknowledge how skilled he was,
Yeah.
how great he was. Like, man,
Uh,
Kobe's definitely a top five for me. And I wasn't a fan of Kobe, but
yeah.
I actually acknowledge how good he was. You can't just
Yeah.
ignore it. But yeah, that's the crazy shit that happens. But like I said, it was a great fight. Definitely looking forward to a second fight. We went live with it. Looking
Man.
forward to doing that, man. Ready to do our next live event. What we talking about? Frank and Tank.
Nah, we might be talking about Adrian Bronner. I might want to do a live fight on
Yeah,
that. Yeah, to
him
see,
and
cause
old.
oh yeah, I know this well. Well we talk. Well, this off topic. This ain't the topic, but he fighting well, he fighting Brad the Third, but he in camp with Javante Davis and his coaches, Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin. He ain't
Okay,
yeah, uh if you check out what
who's with him? Adrian
yeah,
Broner's with him.
he
Nice,
in
nice.
camp.
Man.
So yeah, so dude Milk City Boxing or whatever.
Yeah,
He was interviewing Coach Kenny Ellis and shit, and he was saying AB focused like but I could see them like cause
Did you say Kenny Atlas?
not Kenny Ellis or some shit.
Ellis.
Coach
Okay, I
Kenny,
thought you said Atlas. I'm like, is that
nah,
Teddy's boy? I'm like,
nah,
damn, I didn't think Teddy's boy was
Ellis,
in boxing.
yeah, Ellis, Javante, one of Javante coaches. If I'm saying his last name right, wrong, I mean, right, I could be wrong, but I know it's Coach Kenny for sure. But yeah, he was talking about how this one gonna be for Coach. I don't know if you knew Coach Mike Stanford. That was him and Rashid Warren coach, a couple of other people too.
Uh,
But
Dude from
that,
our area that passed
yeah,
away.
passed away. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They made.
yeah.
I don't know if you seen the little thing they made. The little what you call them, like the little rail they made for
A memorial video or something.
yeah, that motherfucker nice, man. It's nice. The
Really?
little rail, like, yeah. You can see like he getting like the shit, like how he promoting himself right now. Like he could get back in there if he just fight how he supposed to fight. Like
Yeah,
Coach Kenny, he was saying like, yeah, you gonna see him let his hands go. You gonna see the old Adrian. I think they could get to him though. Like just the type of coaches they is, the type of person Coach Calvin is. I feel like that was a great that was better than no disrespect or none, but that was better than Coach Cunningham. Like you
yeah,
feel me? Like, cause AB, he know like the people like don't get me wrong, like it's cool to talk shit and this and that, but them two, Coach Kenny and Coach Cap, they ain't on that.
yeah,
They ain't all right, we're gonna work and then after that you could play. It ain't no plan talking shit to us all day. We here for you. We want to see you
yeah,
work. They got that mentality, and I think that was I think that was better than Cunningham because I guess they always get into it. I can't really see him getting into it with Coach. You got
yeah,
not only you got Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin, you got Tank that's gonna be on your ass too. Cause I feel like Tank trying to put you back where you was off. Like, and I ain't gonna say Tank feel like he probably owe you that, but he love you that much to see you be back on top or even near that to be
yeah,
able to compete on that level again and make money. Like so, and then like Coach Kenny said, like shit, like everybody turned their back on him. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. You pretty much did.
Everybody, everybody turned their back. And I feel like that's just that this space right here, if he can stay with them and pad them in his corner and stay focused and be under like he had Terrence on the little rail and shit that he if you go to his page on IG you'll see it. But he even had Terrence Crawford comment on this shit like stay focused, Adrian. Like this for Coach Mike, man. He wanna then I'm like, damn, like motherfuckers, it's so crazy cause motherfuckers fuck with bruh. Like I fuck with bruh.
Yeah,
Like a lot of motherfuckers don't, just like the LeBron effect. Oh, I don't though. I'm so tough for my city, like, and he one of the motherfuckers that made it there and still there for real. We ain't really got nobody right now that we could be
yeah.
like, you feel that's tossed out there.
I thought Duke Regan was going to be that guy, but he kind of fell off a little bit. And I don't know his situation. I know he
Yeah,
lost his dad, and
I ain't gonna
he
say
went
he
through
fell
some
off. I just feel
situations.
like it be people go
He
through
lost. He
things
didn't fall.
like
He
you
lost
go,
focus. I feel like.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but it's hard to keep focused when you got when your heart left you. You feel me? So that
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
understandable. It might take years for him to get back to
yeah,
reality. Like, damn, this what my dad was. You feel me? That shit tough. That was his boy. That was his best friend. Like
hmm
I could feel it. I felt like he was rushed back into
Yeah.
boxing anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Top rank
Without
probably
him,
like, well, you on the contract, we got to get you back in the ring.
yeah, he was too
And,
rushed
and
into it and wasn't, you know what I mean, focus and being able to learn even the pro style, pro shit. It was just like rushed on him. You feel what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
it was too rushed on him. Like, and I
yep,
feel
yep.
like he probably was telling him he wasn't ready. Like he's still trying to get over that shit. And you know that shit. I can't tell you about lose. Well, I can tell you about losing somebody close, but damn, that was like you feel
Yeah,
me. Like
yeah. It took
that was
me
different.
I
That
lost my
was
mama.
different.
It took me every bit of 2 years to
Yeah.
kind of get my mind right
And
from
how
it.
he lost
You know
him
what
though.
I'm saying? Yeah, and that was the same thing. My mama just died overnight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like she
You know
had,
his dad.
I think it was COVID because it was 2019.
Uh,
Right when COVID hit, it
yeah,
was like,
that's what I say about my
uh,
grama. Like, yeah, I think
uh,
it was COVID.
it
But
just happened, man. I got a
I'm
phone call
saying
4 o'clock
this though,
in the
like
morning.
they had already took his dad away and locked him up for like 10 of life or some shit like that. And then for him to die in prison,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they damn near let him die in there. You feel me?
yep,
Like that shit, that I seen the hurt in his eyes. Like even when he,
yeah,
when they do the thing for the Bengals, they hit the thing and shit. I seen it in his eyes, bro. Like I seen it. Like that's hard. Sometimes some people don't shake back from that shit, bro.
yeah,
Like and
yeah,
then motherfucker be talking about Adrian, like bro, he just lost somebody damn near, like he said on the real, like he saved his life. He just lost a motherfucker, his daddy damn near. You feel me?
yeah,
Like his daddy, like. Bruh, that's on top of the bullshit. Everybody turning their back on him. It's hard to shake back. That's why I feel like that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm my way happy with Coach Calvin because I just know Coach
yeah,
Calvin got a good heart, bro. Like, dude, a good coach. I fuck with Coach Calvin. How he be crying and showing his emotions for tanking shit, bruh. That's a motherfucker that really love and
yeah. Has
you
your
know what
best
I'm saying.
interest. Yep.
Yeah,
Has your
yeah,
best
yeah,
interest there.
yeah,
He's there to watch you succeed, and
yeah.
every time you succeed, it's like he's watching his own son out there do his thing. Uh,
Uh,
no doubt, man. I'm definitely looking forward to that Blair the
yeah, we
Flair
gotta go. Yeah,
versus
we got to go
Henry.
live for that
We definitely want to go live for that, man. And if anybody see Broner, when's that fight coming up? That's coming up soon, ain't it?
next
Gotta
week.
look that up, figure out.
Next week on the
He's on
7th,
the
June
undercard,
7th,
right?
June 7th.
June 7th. So yeah, yeah. We got a nice one this week coming up. We'll talk about that on Friday though. That five
Yeah,
versus five in England. That's gonna be nice. But like I said, Usyk won the title for the first time in 25 years. We got an undisputed heavyweight champion. How long does it last? Last because the IBF already wants to take the title from him because he's got a mandatory rematch versus Fury, but his mandatory for the IBF, which we talked about this. I really don't get how the fuck Fury isn't his mandatory or Usyk isn't a mandatory for a belt. It doesn't make sense when they're 1 and 2. But they got Hergovic as the mandatory for the IBF, and the IBF's already saying, "Hey, we're going to take that belt." Uh, Basically, 2 weeks after he wins it. Usyk did put in a letter for them to allow him to keep it, and while he does a rematch versus Fury, but the IBF don't give a fuck, bro. They'll take it and then not give a fuck because it's boxing, bro.
damn, they
Like
trying to take the belt from him already. They need to get that belt out of here.
it's the
Nobody
same
want
way
to.
we did it with Terrence Crawford 4 months
Nobody
after
give
he
a
fought
fuck about
Spence.
that international ass belt,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah, like
Bitch,
fuck that
gone.
belt. Like, yeah, but it just ruins the whole undisputed factor and kind of takes that away from the next fight that even though
Yeah, like come
it's
on,
just
man.
going to be back to being unified. It's an idea. It's always somebody trying to be, the Debbie Downer in boxing. Instead of these committees just saying, "Hey, hell yeah!" And like I said, I don't know how the fuck the IBF has Hergovich as a mandatory. So to me, when you got obviously number one with the IBF belt would have been Usyk, the belt holder. The one behind that should have been Fury. How would you had any fucking body else in that spot but Fury to be the mandatory for Usyk? Like that's the shit I'm talking about. All these fucking committees, different rankings. It makes you wonder, who's got what interest and what fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like a personal interest in each of these fighters that really kind of derail that bullshit, man. Uh, let's see our next topic. Oh yeah, man, that fight over the weekend, man. Really enjoyed this fight a lot, man. Caterall defeats Taylor in they called it a unanimous decision. Now, two of the cards. Now, I thought Caterall won the fight. So don't get me wrong there. I did think Caterall won the fight. He took the early rounds, took the later rounds. But Jack came back, Josh Taylor came back in the around the fifth or sixth round and took majority of the rounds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 10. Got caught in the 11th round. And then 12th round, he lost those 2 rounds, but he lost the early parts of the fight. He could have had it maybe a split decision, but I thought Caterall did enough to kind of win the fight. But the 2 of the judges had basically 9 rounds going to Caterall in this fight. And I'm just like, and it's over in Britain. Now, this first fight that happened between these 2 guys, it was a controversial fight in Scotland, where Josh Taylor's from. And they gave it to Josh Taylor. Caterall clearly won the fight, but they gave that fight to Josh Taylor. That's when he was the unified at 140.
Yeah.
He was unified champ at 140. Well, needless to say, this one was in Britain, where Caterall's from, and the judging is just like, oh yeah, this is a unanimous decision. Jack won. They were never going to give it to Taylor under a decision. It was in Britain, but that's the bullshit that's got to stop. Like, come on, man. This one-sided shit, like the shit in Scotland shouldn't have happened, and the shit in Britain shouldn't have. This fucking petty ass back and forth bullshit. Well, this is our fighter, so we're gonna back him. This is our fighter. That's the type of shit that hurts boxing. Now, you got it right with the win with Caterall, but the scorecards were fucking ridiculous. It was a close fight, good fight overall. Really enjoyed it, but just overall, just the judging ruined
bias, probably just bias.
Well, it was, and even who was it? Who's with
Don't
Top?
leave it up to the judges, they say.
Well, and Josh Taylor should have known that. He went to Britain for this fight, so he should have automatically knew, if I don't knock this dude out. And that, I don't know what's going on with Taylor. He's fighting at a smaller weight at 140. He should be fighting at 147. Why he even decided? Like, everybody's like, well, they originally fought at 140, so he's just, they should fight at 140 again. Now make it a catch weight. If you can't make 140, why keep putting yourself through that? Go, okay, I'll fight him, but I'm going to fight him at a catch weight, 145. You know what I mean? We'll both make 145, and that's our catch weight. That favors both fighters. Caterall can make 145. You know what I'm saying? He could probably fight at 147 if he wanted to. But shit like that Taylor does is silly. His power just wasn't there. And he kind of has this rhythm thing you see with him that I feel like these guys are catching on to. He's that jumpy guy, and he kind of
I don't like his style. Like, I don't
yeah,
all
if
the
he's
way
timing, you can see him bounce and then bounce in for a punch, and he likes to do that 1-2 bounce in, and then he'll go low and then attack, and it's kind of a dead giveaway every time he does it. And you're like, what he's going to do, and Caterall just countered him most of the fight. It was good though. Taylor did put up a fight. You know what I mean? He looked pretty good in the mid rounds of the fight, I thought. Not enough to take the fight, but he made it a good fight overall when it was all said and done. But bad judging always ruins every fucking thing. Ruins everything for us. All right, man. Now, this is what I want to get to. We're going to take this guy down. We're going to get to the news that I really like. Honestly, man. The news I like is Turkey Ali. Now, what I don't like is the lineup they're trying to make. They want to do a 5 versus 5, America versus Mexico, right? Now we're hearing Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. I don't like that. I don't like Terrence because it's going to be at 168. I don't like that, bro. That's bullshit. If he wants to fight Canelo and they
my boy want to fight him at 168 and he feel like he can do it, go do that shit.
I think he should
go do that shit.
Meet at 165.
Like, we all know Canelo ain't coming. Canelo ain't. We know it ain't nothing. We shouldn't even discuss that.
You don't think that makes him too big?
Huh?
You don't think it makes him too big? Like, that's too big of a size for Crawford to kind of. We know Crawford can go up, but man, that's altogether. If you think about it, that's 4 weight classes. 147 to 154. He's only fought one time. Has he even fought at 154?
You got to make me say Roy. You have to make me say Roy Jones to your ass. I must have forgot.
Roy did, but we saw what happened when Roy tried to go back down. He fucked his whole career up.
I mean, if he gets this fight, he might retire. He might not go back down. Ain't no
honestly, if you get that
it ain't
Canelo
even no
fight,
reason to box again if you get this Canelo fight.
Yeah. You getting that big money. You retired to your own
But
fucking ass.
it ain't
True.
no reason. Who you gonna fight? It ain't nobody
Who
to
else is
fight.
there to fight? Yeah, honestly,
You know what I mean?
everybody's going to tell you that Boots is there to fight him. I've had so many people telling me that Boots going to move up to 154, and
Boots
he's
is it.
moving.
Boots. Everybody
Everybody's
keep
telling me he's
rushing
going to whoop
Boots,
Bud's
bro.
ass. I'm like, man, y'all do
They
not
keep trying
understand
to
the
rush
level
Boots.
of fucking
Boots is
Bud.
in a different era for real. Everybody trying to rush Boots, like rushing the fight
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford. And if Terrence Crawford beat his ass, then what?
The best thing
Then
I
what y'all
heard,
gonna say about Boots? Y'all rushing him? No, it's
yeah,
not gonna happen. That shit don't be just happening in boxing all the time. The money
well,
gotta make sense. The only reason why Floyd fought Canelo at that young age because the money made sense. He was a
yeah,
golden boy fighter, bruh.
yeah,
It
yeah.
gotta make sense, bruh.
The
It's not
best
making no
thing I
sense
heard,
with Boots. And ain't no money on the table, bruh.
no, because nobody knows him enough yet. He hasn't made that name for himself yet. But the best thing I heard was Keith Thurman when he was asked why he didn't fight Boots Ennis. He said, "Man, that ain't on my generation to fight that motherfucker. It's on the next generation to fight him."
Right,
And I was like, "Damn, that makes perfect fucking sense." Like,
right.
him
This
versus Virgil Ortiz at 154. I like
Especially
that.
if you ain't trying to be no
Like,
gatekeeper, you ain't trying to fight him. They was
yeah,
gonna try to make Sean Porter fight him. Sean Porter ain't man, that boy, man. Come on, man. I'm not about to be no gatekeeper for
yeah.
him,
Keith
man.
Thurman
You gotta
said,
let one of these young
"Want that?"
motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah. He said that ain't my career yet. You know
Mm-mm.
what I mean? I ain't there yet. I'm not a journeyman. I'm
No,
not here to take an ass whooping from this young man. But
man.
yeah,
Look,
I like that. But overall, like to me, if you want to make a 5 versus 5 Americans, then put our 5 best motherfuckers in there. Put Canelo versus Benavidez, motherfucker. You Mexicans want to match it up? Don't do a 3 weight division difference. You know what I mean? Make it Benavidez. You want America versus Mexico. Benavidez versus fucking Canelo is the most American versus Mexico fight you're gonna get. That's a fact. You don't need the other 4 fights. Put them 2 motherfuckers in the ring, and that's America versus Mexico by itself right there. So if you don't have Benavidez versus Canelo, I ain't even interested in that fucking 5 versus 5. And they have Shakur versus Cruz, right?
who
Pitbull
Cruz?
Cruz. Tank versus Pitbull Cruz. Shakur versus Zapata. The fuck? Who's making this
Who?
matching? Have you Williams Zapata? Boy, he's good. I would favor Shakur over him, but he's a Mexican fighter that's really good in that same weight class as Shakur. I would pin him up against Shakur. I would put Tank versus Pitbull Cruz, Mexican versus American. I would put
Rematch.
that part 2, and I would put another rematch in there. Oshaki Foster versus Rocky Hernandez too, because that motherfucker was a banger. And Bam Rodriguez, he's an American. I would take Bam versus Chocolito all fucking day, baby. All day.
It's the Catalito.
Chocolito.
I'm taking Shakur and Javante over everybody today fight, bro.
Yep.
I don't give a
Yep.
fuck who they fighting.
I say that with I was that way with Ferry, man. I rode with him till he shows me. But even with that loss, he still showed a lot in that loss. It wasn't like he got his ass whooped.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? He put a showing on. Like it was a good ass fight, bro. Yeah, it's one difference. That fucking nose made that whole fight when he took that big shot. But it
bro,
also
that
came
nose,
to.
bro. When he
But I
came
also
out
think,
that 7th, 8th round and he kept fucking with that
yeah.
nose, it was over, bro.
But you know what I think caused that, right? What opened that big punch up was because he was moving around so much in the beginning of that fight, in the first 7 rounds of that fight. I mean, he was moving, bro. Like he was
Yeah, yeah,
ducking, fucking throwing
yeah.
that jab, hitting that fucking uppercut, looking beautiful in there. And by the time he got to 8th, I think he was wore down a little bit, and he was trying to take a round off. And you cannot do that against Usyk,
I
bro. You
don't think he was
cannot take
taking a
that off.
round off. I think it was his nose. He was trying to take a round off because of his nose. So I don't think he was taking a round off because he was tired because he had too much energy. He still had it even after
Clip.
getting knocked
Nice.
down.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he
I
still
can't
came
say
out in
that.
the 11th or 12th round. I mean, he looked a little like he survived that 10th round. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
he
then
had. Let me tell you what it
he
was,
won the
man.
11th and 12th round, in my
I'm gonna
opinion.
tell you what it was. When he was landing big punches and had him hurt, he wasn't pushing the gas, bro.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, because I seen him hit it with a nice body shot and he didn't jump on it to kind of like you saw Usyk kind of
Yeah.
breathe real
Take
heavy.
that
Like
deep breath,
he
yeah.
took it. Yeah, and it was like jump on that situation, get in there,
He
like you
ain't
said,
jump on none
use
of the
that weight
time.
on
On
him, all
none
that
of the
kind of stuff.
fight, he
Yeah,
didn't jump on him. None of the
yeah,
fight at all. Like you ain't try to take his breath away. You ain't try to smash him. You ain't try to smother him.
yeah,
You was
yeah,
just boxing. Like,
yeah. You
nah,
try to go
you
toe to toe with him,
yeah, see,
and
I ain't think he was gonna come out just like that. I even said it like, I think he gonna smash him, doing like he did Wilder.
other,
That would have been a good fight for him. Like that it could have went in his favor, especially if he did that in the later for rounds, just hugging him, taking his legs away from him, going to his body, then jabbing him, doing that, smashing him, backing him into the ropes. But he kept going back to the ropes. And that's something bad to do. Go back
well,
to
and not only that, touching his head the way he was, like that head's so high up, and he's so tall, and he's like
yeah.
straight like this, and his
Yeah,
head,
but I'm saying
and you're gonna get caught.
you going back onto the ropes with a shorter fighter is giving them an advantage to hit you. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because you boxing yourself in the corner. So
yeah,
you giving them a advantage. You know what I'm saying? Now if you
mhm.
was moving side to side, staying in the middle, then moving around the ring, yeah, but you was going towards the ropes, going in the corner and shit. All right. You becoming small now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You ain't
Yep.
staying
Yeah,
long.
you're playing right into his hands.
Yeah, you ain't
You
staying
fight like a
long.
small fighter. No reason
Yeah,
to fight small when you're that big.
yeah. Well, that fight, he was definitely fought smart. When he
Yeah,
fought Deontay Wilder that third
he
time,
fought big
not
boy, bro.
he did
He
not fight small. Even the
yeah,
second fight, he did not fight small,
yeah.
bro.
He said,
No,
"I'm gonna
for
use this weight." He come
real.
in
Yeah.
big as shit in that fight. Like, what was he like? He came in this one.
I want
What the
to
fuck?
say he was like 290 when he came and fought.
Yeah,
Cause
he did
Deontay,
that. Came in over 300 for the fight.
yeah,
Like, he came in. I think he cut down to like what they say 266 for this fight. He came in. Usyk
mm,
came in at like 234. So still pretty decent sized dudes. But man, let's see what else we got. Of course, we talked about some other news this week that we saw that Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora are in talks to have a fight in November. Man.
October. I seen it. It's finalized.
Yeah, yeah, October. And yeah, so they're showing that it's finalized. Uh, all good and dandy. You know what I mean? I like that fight. I'm not against that fight. But
Yeah.
the WBC has kind of said they are against that fight. They have called for Terrence Crawford to be the mandatory, uh, and has told Sebastian Bador that if he takes a Spence fight, they will strip him of his WBC belt. So the only belt he'll have going into that is a WBO going into that
Oh
fight.
fuck it. It's still a major
Yeah,
belt.
it's still a belt. Yeah, exactly. There's still a belt up. So that's a good part about it. As there will still be a belt on the line. Uh, but if they strip him of it, I don't know how to. If they make the belt, they put it up in the air and
That's
let
cool.
Crawford
Let
fight
somebody
somebody
else
else.
get the belt anyway. Like he making it
Yeah,
too right now, where
yeah,
you ain't got to go through nobody for real. Like yeah, let him get the belt, cause now let them strip him, cause now the belt can go to somebody else. Then you got the IBF belt out there. Then you got
that's
the
what that
WBA
what
with Terrence Crawford about to go fight for.
yeah, that's the
And you got the
WBA used to.
WBO. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let the strip him. Shit, I wouldn't give a fuck, especially if it's gonna be a payday for me. Tell y'all can have this motherfucker. It ain't like I'm undisputed anyway. All I'm
Yeah,
doing is paying 3% on this motherfucker anyway. Keep this
yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
Go ahead, y'all can have that
Make
motherfucker.
it,
Fuck
make
that
that
belt. I
motherfucker
already won it anyway. Shit,
keep
I got
making
my
new
belt.
belts.
Yeah, fuck that belt.
Mhm. Yeah, and you know you won it, so it's not like it doesn't take away from the fact that you won that belt. Like
Yeah,
I won that,
like,
I ain't lose it. They just took it from me because
yeah.
I ain't followed their rules and I fought who I wanted to fight. But I like that Errol Spence fight for Pandora.
Who you
Think that's a
got?
good one. Man, I take Pandora if he fights like a big man. I don't really see anybody outside of Terrence Crawford that can beat him. Now, I will say, not. I'll take that away. A healthy Tim Tszyu. Give me that fight against first Pandora. That's who I really want next for Pandora. If Tszyu does what he needs to do, I mean, he's got a tough fight against Virgil Ortiz. Now, before
This
I
what I'm
jump
saying
too
though.
far ahead, he
This what
does
I'm.
have a tough match against Ortiz. But if I had to favor, I'd favor him Fundora if he fights like a big guy. There's no way Spence can get inside. There's no way.
Nah,
He'll
Spence,
eat him up with that fucking
Spence
jab.
getting in there, bro. I
He's
ain't gonna
gonna
say that
try.
Spence don't get in
I
there.
think he get caught with a nice nasty count. But that's like I said, if Fundora really learned anything from that Tszyu fight, from the cut that made him start to have to fight like a big dude and use his jab, it's gonna be hard to fuck with a dude that's 7'6" and a division where the average height is
I
what?
think I
Not
think I
even
think
6 foot.
Erickson Lubin did real good against him for real for that height. He was banging
But
like
he didn't fight like a fight. And the old Fundora going in against Tszyu was, I want to meet you in the middle of the ring and I'm going to
yeah.
bang with you. And he
Yeah,
didn't
Zula
care.
never
He would
fought his
let
height
them little
though.
dudes get inside.
Yeah,
You
he
know what
never
I'm saying?
fought his size.
Yeah, he never fought his size. So if he has learned anything, he goes back, they look at that and they go, dude, that's how you have to fucking fight. If you fight any other way, it's ridiculous. Your size, your height, you got to fight like you're that big man. So if he does, then I don't think Arrow could beat him. The only guy I would favor against him, or two guys, honestly, would be Crawford and Tszyu.
I
Uh,
hope
against-
Earl Face don't take too much damage because you feel me? Like he known to fuck some faces up.
yeah.
I
Well,
was
my thing with Errol too, man, I really think, man, his body has taken a lot, bro. I think as much as people are like, nah, we saw him against Ugas. I was never big on Ugas. But the fact is, I just feel like he, you saw his face after that Crawford fight. Like, bro, that didn't look healthy.
that's what I'm saying. I hope
And his eye,
his face can take them man. I don't know, man.
I almost,
We're
I
Earl all day though, but damn, man, I'm with Earl, man. I'm with the shark,
yeah,
man. Huh.
yeah, I said it after the Crawford fight. My true opinion about Errol Spence is that he should walk away from the sport. He doesn't need the money. And his body is taking so much of a punishment, not in the ring, outside of the ring.
This the fight right now that we gonna see if he need to walk away or not. We can't say that just off of his first
But
loss.
man, you know what sucks about that is that we would have to find it out that way.
Yeah, we gotta find it out. We can't go off his first loss. Now if he would have lost two, man, he fought my boy. He fought a bad motherfucker, bro. So we can't just say like, oh
Right.
yeah, we gotta see, bro. Like he fought a bad motherfucker,
But my
and
thing
then
about why, like the second eye surgery, having that surgery on the eye right after he had surgery on the fucking eye, he gets caught.
that's what this fight is
Sharing
for,
that
bro.
fucking eye again.
We don't know until we see. We can't just be like, oh yeah, he should retire. Now, off of one loss, we can't say that. This is the fight where we gonna see, like, yeah, he should. Yeah, he go ahead, Earl, hang it up, like, bro, like
Yeah.
you feel me? We can't say that off of
Yeah.
Crawford.
I mean, I agree with you on that. That you got
We
to
can't
see him at
say,
least
oh
one more
yeah, because
time.
Terrence Crawford beat him down that he need to retire. Like, that's the first time we ever seen that man get done like that. We ain't ever seen
Yeah.
nobody else do
True.
him like that.
God damn,
Now
bro.
we
That was
see Fendor do him like that, then it's like, oh yeah, bro, go ahead and hang it up. Like,
yeah.
we
Gotta
can't
hang it up.
say that off of one loss, bro. That he fought a bad motherfucker, bro. It was just his time. It was his time. Like I've been telling motherfuckers when he run into him, it's gonna be his time. But you
Yeah.
know, he did minus the car accident and shit, and everybody was, oh, he is still hype now. Then the car accident, then it's so crazy because it's like he fought Ugas, Danny, which them was bums to me anyway. Like
Yeah.
I
Danny
ain't gonna lie,
Garcia.
like them that I ain't gonna say bums. Excuse my language. I ain't calling no
But they
boxing,
weren't on that level. They weren't on
but
that
they wasn't like
the
okay,
good fighters, but
like all right, Earl back. Nah, like he should have won them fights. Like, but as far as level wise and to see where he was at after that, I don't think that was good fights. Like it was
yeah.
them one, you know what I mean? Now the fight before all that shit happened, Sean Porter, that was a tough ass fight for him, bro. That wasn't, bro. Listen, man. Everybody,
No, didn't
that was a
Crawford?
tough ass fight for dude, Errol Spence,
Yeah.
bro. If
Now,
he damn near ain't dropped Sean Porter, it would have been a ooh, you feel me? So
yeah,
and you seen his face after that fight. And that's
yeah,
before
and
the accident.
Crawford beat Porter after that, didn't he? Did he fight
Crawford
Porter after
beat
that?
him. No, he fought.
Was it Thurman? It wasn't Thurman, was it?
Nah, yeah, I think he fought. I was about to say he
I thought it
fought
was Sean Porter because he
when he beat
retired after that, right?
who?
Sean Porter retired after the Crawford fight, if
Yeah,
I'm
he
correct.
retired. He retired after that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Crawford, I'm sorry, Crawford beat him easily. Beat him easily on that Porter fight.
Yeah, he turned the switch up on him.
What
At
is it?
first he was playing around. I say he hit a switch on him.
Yeah, yeah,
He hit the switch. He hit that kill switch.
yep,
What he
yep.
got? Motherfuckers don't know that man got a kill switch.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's.
And then
I call it Venus
they be
flytrap,
talking
bro.
about Boots. Boots a bad motherfucker, man. But bro, you in there with when you gotta be in there with when you in there with a motherfucker just like you, it's not
Yeah,
gonna go how you think it's about to go,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That
yeah.
hit just like you, probably hit harder than you.
Well, yeah, and it's that you're here. Who's here? Which one of y'all are here? You're gonna find out who's here.
Yeah, this a
Now I
motherfucker
did hear.
just like you though, bro. Like
Yeah,
this ain't no like, oh yeah, like all right, no disrespect, but Sean Porter, no, this a motherfucker
yeah,
just like you. We know Sean Porter don't got power, like you know what I'm saying, but he gonna be on you. This a motherfucker just like you. When I say just like you, bro, I mean it. Can switch,
killer can
hit
sweat
hard,
it hard. Yeah,
smart, IQ, bro,
yeah,
just like you, bro. You ain't been
killer.
fighting nobody just like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because then all the level of competition at 147 is
And
kind of
I ain't
weak.
gonna say that because they was trying to say that on Terrence Crawford, even though I seen it just like Boots.
Well, I
I
mean, there's guys like
just
Barrios, Crawley,
yeah, but I'm saying
those
just
type of
like
guys that are pretty decent fights for him. But
yeah,
I think he's above
but
him.
he gonna wipe them down. But it's just like I see the talent in Boots. Like I ain't saying like I feel like he'll wipe the whole division down, like wipe them
Mhm.
all down. But when you calling a motherfucker just like you, like that that damn near they story damn near the same, bro. Like they trying to
Yeah,
prove that they the man and they running this shit, but bruh, his story, like you got an Earl Spence story, you got a Terrence Crawford story, you got a motherfucker that had to prove to the world, which I feel like that's how Boots got to come in, and it ain't nothing being handed to him right now. Shit was damn near handed to Earl Spence, and I ain't saying that like he ain't work hard for it, as far as like everything was lined up for him to get them belts over there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now the 147, the welterweight belts is spread it all out.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
how Terrence, he gonna have to come and get them like Terrence Crawford did.
yeah.
So they
I
ain't gonna
mean, you
be
got guys willing for sure. I think him and Barrows should be the next fight. Who
after
did he
this.
say he's
After
actually
this,
fighting?
that'll
He's
be
lined
nice,
up.
huh?
Who's he lined up with right now? Doesn't he? Didn't he just announce a fight? Boots. He just announced he's
Yeah,
fighting
he about to
somebody.
fight Crawley or some motherfucker.
Is that
Crawley.
Crowley's? That's his mandatory. That's right. He's a pretty good fucking fighter, man. I've been telling people about this dude. I
Mhm.
want to see my not, and we might see a difference against a guy like Boots Ennis, but I do like Crawley a lot. I think it might make for a good fight. We'll find out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like that fight for him. That's Crawley because I've been talking about Crawley for a while. I've been
Yeah,
telling people about him, so I'll be interested to see what he does against a top level guy because
yeah,
he ain't fought guys like that. So
yeah.
what we see of a guy dominating guys that he should be dominating, now we'll see him against a guy that is a level above him, obviously. But how he fights against him is going to tell me where he can go in
We
that
ain't gonna
division
say a level, but we ain't gonna never put nobody above nobody until we see it.
until we see it. True,
Yeah, we can't say a level
but
above, but
but it's like you said when
probably
you like
like different, like
Crawford.
far as skill wise, like different uh different ammunition in the bag, probably, but a little different for him, different style. But yeah, we gonna see. Is Crawley undefeated?
Yeah, yeah, he hasn't
Oh
lost. I think
yeah, well yeah, we
he's
definitely
like
can't put him.
27-0 if I'm
Oh
correct. He's
yeah,
like
we can't
27-0.
can't put him. We can't put him. We ain't gonna put him above him
Yeah.
there because they
But
both.
it's like we said, I think he's out of Britain. So he's been fighting, a lot of the Brits over there.
Yeah,
Not a lot of the top level competition. Good fights though. You go to Britain, man. They fight you tough. It's always tough fights over there. Uh, but yeah. But before we jump out of here, man, I want to give our boy Jack Kelly nice little shout out. Not only did he get a win in his first fight,
Okay,
he
okay,
also got the fight of the night also.
okay,
So,
okay. Then that's what's up.
and I got to see the video, guys. Go on YouTube, check it out. I'll try to drop the link somewhere at the end if I'm able to. Uh, but man, he fought a good little fight, man. He fought a little Spanish guy who's coming towards him pretty hard, and he fought well off his back foot, landed a nice little beautiful uppercut in the second round that I saw. And I was like, okay, Jack, I see you. Got Kadu Pow coming in, got
Yeah,
a standing 8 count on the guy in the third round, hitting with a nice little couple shots on him, and ref did a standing 8 count on him. But yeah, it was overall good fight. He got the win, got fight of the night, looked really good. Shout out to our boy Jack Kelly. He said he's going to come on the show at some point, talk about his experience, what it felt like to be in that ring. You know what I mean? Everything like
yeah,
that. Because you could tell in the beginning, do bum rushing, and he's okay, he was ready, but
yeah.
then he started to collect himself a little bit midway through the first round, and then second round controlled the fight. Third round, he pretty much controlled the whole fight, but he looked good in there, man. Honestly, uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, shout out to Jack, man. Nice fight, my guy.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. You got any news for us, man? Anything you want to pop up on there, Spade?
Man, I was just about to say I had seen Floyd Mayweather had an exhibition, I guess, this week.
Really?
Yeah, I
Trying
seen
to
him.
pay that money. He's trying to get out of there. Take it.
Yeah,
Like,
that we ain't even know about. What the fuck? He must have
yeah,
owed a motherfucker a fight somewhere in one of them countries.
yeah. That was that. I ain't gonna tell nobody about this one.
Yeah,
And like,
uh,
he
yeah.
stuck over there right now. They say they won't let him leave. That's kind of a messed up situation, honestly. Like, damn, how much do you owe somebody that they
Uh,
won't even let you leave that motherfucker, bro? Like, and they got that ability and power to where, yeah, you ain't going nowhere. I
why the
don't give a
fuck
fuck
you
if you
even go
Floyd
back
or
over
not.
there if you owe? You was-
Man, because he ain't realized that ain't America. You can
yeah.
just rip motherfuckers off and walk away. That's
Uh,
another country. They take that down. No, 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 motherfucker. You owe me money.
you said Floyd Mayweather's here in our country. This
Yeah,
bitch owes me money.
yeah. Where's my money, Floyd? Where's my money? You going to pay me, motherfucker.
That motherfucker ain't been home in 60 days.
Locked up, won't
That
let me
motherfucker
down.
had an expeditious fight with no training camp.
Nothing. They just threw him in there. It was like Rambo the 3. They just threw him in there. He was
Man,
sleeping.
that
It's
shit
in the
was like a
background. Some
that shit was
cobras
like a
over there.
Mortal Kombat fight or some shit. Ain't nobody
Mortal Kombat.
ain't nobody know about that shit, man. I seen
Oh,
that shit on the internet. They said AB was walking him out, Antonio Brown. I'm like, what? Floyd had an
bro,
expedition. We ain't hear about this.
I'm in tears. It's a Mortal Kombat. All right, man.
Floyd
Hey,
on
Big
some
Tay, take
cover.
us out this motherfucker, man. Tell them what
Hey
they need to
man,
do.
I gotta say shout out to my baby girl's her birthday today. Nana.
Happy
Big Nana
birthday, little girl.
turned 8 today, you know. But besides that, man, y'all already know how I'm coming. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hold us down. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna try to put this interview. I say interview. I'm gonna try to put this show Adrian AB twin. I'm try to put this in his inbox, man.
Hell
Tell
yeah.
join the part where we stay talking about him. Like I'm gonna stay talking about him till he retire. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
But
we're gonna keep
I'm a, I'm a,
hashtagging you,
I'm a,
man.
I'm a, I'm a
Repping you.
put this when we upload it. I'm gonna put it in this screen record, put it in his inbox. See if we could get an interview with him. He probably super focused. If we can't get it, we'll get it one day. But
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah.
ain't no love lost. But try to get an interview with him, man. Hopefully we can before his fight. If he got the time, I know he's probably locked in right now. So you know. But man, yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, man, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a child, tell a child, tell a teacher, tell a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. Bourbon and
That's
boxing,
it,
man.
man.
On the
That's
floor.
it, baby. That's how we do it, man. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We got podcasts, all we're everywhere. Substack, all that shit, man. Just Keep tuned in with us. We're gonna keep bringing material. We're gonna keep going up from here, baby.
Going up.
Only up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Episode 64, baby.